Welcome to Son of Encouragement Ministries, where Jesus is the center of life. This is your host, Al Webb.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to Son of Encouragement Ministries. This is Al Webb coming to you this morning. Hopefully, everybody is doing well. Welcome to the ministry. Glad to be back today. I was out last week, and now I'm back to bring you another message today. Now, this morning, I'm here to briefly just talk a little bit about how the Bible, the application of God's word in the Bible, and namely, I'm talking about the New Testament, when Paul, of course, was writing his letters to the different churches, when he's explaining to the different leaders and the different churches on how to treat one another. When I was thinking to myself, I was like, well, if those applications of God's word to the church back then, and even applicable to today as well, why can't we take that same message to the world who may not be a part of the church? The people that we run into every day, that whether we know whether they're saved or not, could possibly not be Christians. If we would use a lot of that same application towards the world, how much different would the world be? And I believe within my heart that the world would probably be a much different place if we used the same applications and the same teachings that Paul was teaching to the churches in the New Testament. And the Bible views gratitude as an essential expression of love and humility and Christian fellowship. So why could we use that same amount of gratitude towards those who are not a part of our belief or of our faith? And reflecting thankfulness towards others, and of course towards God. If we show that same ability, or should I say if we show those same actions towards those that are not believers in this world, how much different would this world be? And I believe it would be greatly different if we would apply the teachings of God's word to the church, to the world. Jesus told us to go into the world and preach the gospel to all creatures, and to all mankind. Basically, that's what he's telling us. But if we were to do that in our everyday lives, because we really don't know the people that we come across, whether they're saved or not, unless we know them in a deep personal way. We know a lot about their lives, but most people, we don't know whether they even believe in God. But I believe if we would just show the same kindness to those that may not be saved, that the world would be a much different place. So we need to take these examples to the world. Just as Paul was thanking God for the believers, like in 1 Corinthians, he did so. In 1 Corinthians, I believe it was chapter 1. He was, actually throughout the New Testament and Paul's writings, he was always thanking the churches and admonishing one another in a way that would build the church up and basically would make people feel better about themselves. And I believe if we would do that on a daily basis, even with those that we may not know are believers, like I just got done saying, it would probably make the world a much better place. So my word for you today of encouragement is that us as believers, we need to share the same gospel to those or exercise the same behavior towards those that are in the world, and not look down on those that are in the world, in a specific way, or judge them because of the things that they do, or the sinful lives that they may be living. We can't look at them like that. We have to actually admonish them the same way that we would admonish and lift up people that are in our faith. In other words, we have to show the same love towards those that are in the world that we show towards those that are in the church. As our Christian brothers and sisters, we love one another. So we also have to love those people that are in the world as well that may not be in our faith. You know, it says that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. You know, that he doesn't want any of us to perish, whether we are believers or non-believers. His desire is for everyone to be saved and come to the saving knowledge of Christ. You know, and that's the kind of love that I believe that we should show towards the world. You know, whether we understand them or not, we still need to show the love of Christ wherever we go. So that's my word for today. You guys have a great week. God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Y'all have a good one, and see you next time. God bless.